Each and every week, millions, sometimes even billions, will sit down to watch some kind of sport. With this, there should be no shock to the fact that there will be huge superfans that will do anything to be in the presence of their idols. Most of these fans are just that, fans. Nothing special in the grand scheme of things. The sport will go on, maybe many of the athletes will go on never even noticing these fans. But this isn't to say that athletes, teams, and those in power in sports never give back or help fans get their dreams when they need them. Regularly, children and adults alike will get the chance of a lifetime to meet people that rarely are seen outside of their craft. But there is a catch most of the time for this. These fans oftentimes are unfortunately suffering from illnesses that are terminal in what could be many's final days and are suffering in ways that most of us couldn't even imagine. And with this, their hero meets them, talks to them, gives them a moment to remember, a moment of hope, and a brief moment of reprieve from the pain. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with this concept. In a general culture that doesn't always give back, the charity of time is a welcome and heartwarming change of pace. And this seems to be what happened with Mercedes F1 team in 2022. With arguably the GOAT, Sir Lewis Hamilton, on their team, Mercedes was always going to have a large contingent of fans, especially younger ones. And one of these super fans was known on Twitter as @CenturionLewis, an account that's user had claimed that in March of 2022 they were suffering from terminal cancer. Obviously, people would have empathy for him. It's human nature to do so. With such a large community online like the one that Formula One has, this also led to him gaining a large amount of traction very quickly because of his story. Along with this, he also reported that he was involved in a car accident that luckily he escaped from unscathed. It was a huge and unfortunate story that was growing day by day. Further made tragic by a tweet of his in March that stated, "My cancer has not reduced, but has started to spread around my body. I had emergency radiotherapy treatment and went home and then had multiple severe seizures and now admitted into hospital, potentially surgery to come." This all caught the attention of Mercedes, who reached out to him. The story updated when he posted, "I'm going to Brackley. Thank you so much at Mercedes AMG F1. You really are the most incredible people. I love you even more now." Mercedes had given him an opportunity to tour their state-of-the-art shop, as well as giving him some $3,000 tickets to the Hungarian Grand Prix on July 31st, 2022. It was the opportunity of a lifetime for a Formula One fan and was all around a great and bittersweet overall story, made even more bittersweet by the news that the Centurion Lewis account operator had passed away only 2 days after the Grand Prix, according to the updates to his account. Fans around the world were saddened and had flooded the online space with tributes, as well as Mercedes giving a tribute to him, and it just seemed like a tragic Hollywood tale. A little too Hollywood, as earlier last week, it was proven to have all been false and faked. According to the findings of the Twitter account @CitrusF1, the whole thing was a farce. Lewis wasn't a 20-year-old railroad worker, but instead was a 28-year-old man who works as a hospital porter, and his name was actually Liam. The fake man also had 2 children, according to Fine, and had never suffered from any form of cancer. Also, the car accident that added a bit more tragedy to his fairy tale? Yeah, you can bet that that part of the story was as fake as a Kardashian. And as you can imagine, the man is alive and well. Now, you may want to go back on his accounts and see how he got away with this scam, how he managed to trick such a huge industry and huge fan base. But you see, you can't.
Not this time.
Because Liam scrubbed all of his Centurion Lewis accounts from social media when the news and allegations of his lying came to light. But he didn't go offline completely. This was shown by him making another account on Twitter that has since been reported and deleted as well. To top all of this off, not only did he profit from this with an amazing tour of a top-of-the-line access shop and tickets that are worth more than many people make in a month, but he also gained from this, it seemed at least at first, with an alleged GoFundMe that he raised money on for his fake cancer treatment. Liam not only duped a multi-billion-dollar industry that can easily eat the costs that they gave up, but it's alleged that he also managed to scam honest and good people trying to just help another person. A person they saw as being in need in a time that is really hard for any normal person financially and economically. And he also stole the spotlight and opportunity from other people who actually were terminally ill through all of this for his own gain. And when caught, unlike a real man, he didn't fess up to it. He wasn't honest. He instead did not apologize, but it seems he made another lie. An account claiming to be Liam on Twitter with the handle of @JJ739471154 tweeted, "This is not as simple as it seems. I am Liam. I was sharing the Centurion Lewis account with my friend who has passed away." In the days since this tweet, it and its account have come under fire and subsequently been deleted as well. But as Citrus had pointed out on Twitter, it's funny as the account always talked in the first person and never mentioned that there were two people running it. It was always one. So if this is even true, which it probably isn't, I would say it's even more messed up, as it would be possible that Liam profited off of and capitalized off of his friend's death, even if the GoFundMe might not have existed. Though, like I said, I'd venture to guess that the shared account theory and story is just a desperate lie that Liam tried to pawn off to the public to try and cover his ass from the rightful avalanche of pissed off racing fans around the world. And it's pretty easy to see. What it is to me is a horrible reflection on the worst pieces of modern culture, racing culture, and social media in general. A defining moment of greed and theft that will only make it more difficult for those who actually would qualify for these types of times of access to get it. Because who knows who might be trying to do another version of this and try and scam their way into a free access tour and free race. But that's really it from my perspective, and it's really all I have to say on it. So now I want to hear and pass this on to you and hear from you. What are your thoughts on the Centurion Lewis scam story? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're at it, leave a like on this video, share this video, and subscribe to this channel for more great racing content. To all my channel members, thank you so much for all of your continuous support. And until next time, have a good one.